those that hear me through the radio or cassette, I'm raising my right hand and my left hand, and I'm using this as an example. From my left hand to my right hand, let's say it is from 1 to 100, this measure. From 1 to 10, to 100, pardon me. So the measure of God is that God sees you in the 100th because you are complete. You lack nothing with one offering. He's made you perfect. How does God see you? Complete, perfect, and he don't know you according to the flesh. The problem is that the majority of the believers, even those that have come to grace, they sometimes when they deal with you, they see you halfway down the path in 50% of your human experience, because you are a spiritual being who is accommodating himself to a carnal experience. You're not a carnal being accommodating yourself to a spiritual experience. You've initiated in the life of the Spirit. When you came to growing in grace, you entered in a spiritual experience, and you say suddenly, what is this? Well, Paul says that you are seated in heavenly places, but I still live in the same town where I was born. But we're talking spiritually here. You are seated together with Christ in heavenly places. You are complete. Don't look at what you can see, because what you can see is going to overshadow what you truly are. So then what happens? That sometimes a brother, when he deals with you, he offends you, he mistreats you, even in the churches. And you have to suffer sometimes within the church. You don't have the patience manifest. So sometimes a brother has friction with you. There are brethren in the ministry that are pretty strong. Yes, I've seen that. I've seen that in the ministry. But you know what? Since I've been learning to live in the measure of God, I see them at 100%. Is that he's on his way. So I don't judge him where he is being manifest, because though God sees him at 100%, but because of his human experience, you see them in a 30, 40, 50%, and you say, this brother is mistreating me. And when he mistreats you like that, what do you need to do? You have to suffer penalties. You have to suffer, because suffering is part of that experience. Oh, I know you don't want to suffer, but here you suffer because there are people that misinterpret you. So that is a work or a job that God is doing with all those who initiate into the kingdom of God. We are growing and improving, and your behavior is improving. Now you are more treatable. Now you are more tender with the believers. Yes, because God deals with your character, because your character was contaminated by your carnal experience. You are a chosen one from before the foundation of the world. You are a perfect spirit from the time you were formed in your mother's womb. Why do you think Paul says, now I understand that from my mother's womb, God has chosen me to be an apostle? Oh, he's chose you from your mother's womb to be an apostle? So why did you kill Stephen? Because I did not know who I was. But how did God always see Paul? Chosen from the womb with the measure of God. He always saw him well. Listen, if you could only have the eyes of God, if you could only